Bounce pass too wide for Johnson to grab, but Krejci is there. 3 seconds to shoot. Around the back pass is loose. Stolen by Dillon Brooks. He's into the forecourt. He'll throw it down.
Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlights. Suns in action tonight on the road against the Trailblazers in Portland. I remember doing their games on radio. I filled in for Bill Schonley. Yeah,
Get that great. Nap in, 9 o'clock tip. Can you hang? Can you hang?
Manooch, come on. That's my hour of operation, big dog. Arizona Republic sports columnist Greg Moore is our guest. We always enjoy having him on the show. It's a lot of fun. You can follow him on X at Saying More. Again, at Saying More. Hello, my man. Everything is good with Manooch and myself. The question I have for you is, when you have a player that can be, I guess, a guy who's a pain in the butt to other teams, Danny Ainge, but then he's on your team, Dillon Brooks. So now it changes the whole way that you look at that player. Is that fair? Is that a fair comparison?
Yeah. What's up, fellas? It's been too long. How y'all been?
I know we're good, kid.
We just thought you could settle in a little bit. We didn't want to come at you in first gear. We felt you were in cruise control. We could come at you, Greg Moore.
It's all good. Listen, here's what I think about a guy like Dillon Brooks, right? I am the absolute worst person to ask about this because I came of age in Detroit and then suburban Detroit, watching the so-called bad boy Pistons. And everybody in the country hated Bill Laimbeer, hated Rick Mahorn, hated Dennis Rodman, hated John Sally. And guess what? Those were my favorite players. Sure. When I watch wrestling, I root for the bad guy. When I watch Star Wars, I wonder why everybody doesn't understand Darth Vader. I saw a clip the other day. Team Olajuwon dunked the ball at the end of a meaningless blowout. It was a meaningless dunk at the end of a blowout win over the Phoenix Suns in the early 90s. Danny Ainge took the ball out of bounds and fired it straight at Akeem's head. So I'm sorry, guys, but I think Dillon Brooks is like the new Ron Artest. He's like Ron Artest with like a better haircut. And remember, Ron Artest used to write his own name in his hair.
He did.
Right? Like Dillon Brooks is what we've been needing around here for a long time. Because I've been saying for a long time that Devin Booker can't be his own enforcer. And now Devin Booker has a guy who's just as ready to go as he is. Oh, I love this. This is great.
Greg, you took the words right out of my mouth. I grew up here. I was there day one, circa 1968-69. Jim Fox, the first center ever to play for this Phoenix Suns team. Dick Van Arsdale, all the above. I'm like, this is such a welcome relief. I've been saying it for 4 or 5 years. Where's the enforcer? Where's the forearm shiver when somebody comes down the lane? Where is that physicality? I mean, this team, you guys just put flags on them. If it was a flag football game, put flags on them. Powder puff up basketball. Hallelujah, my brothers. Preach it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, basketball is as mental as it is physical. And I think the mental aspect of the game is, look, I'm willing to take a technical just to knock you flat on your butt.
Amen.
And if you come back in here again, there's a whole bunch of dudes who are going to have to deal with me in the locker room if they don't also knock you on your butt. This is a contact sport. This is a sport for grown men, and we all spend all day in the weight room, and these muscles are not for show. Come in here if you want to. It's your choice.
You know, after the one thing that impressed me about Dillon Brooks so far, Greg, was after the Dallas game, they had the Pacers the next night. And Dillon Brooks in his post-game presser sensed there was a lack of energy. I think he handled the ball, took like the first 92 shots of the game. He just was bound and determined. Fellas, wake up. We got back-to-back. Ain't nobody want to hear your sad story. I loved how he took control of that first quarter.
Yeah, no, that stuff is great, right? I mean, just the willingness to be able to do it. And again, I mentioned Ron Artest earlier. We all remember him as Meta World Peace. But if you go back to when Ron Artest was with the Indiana Pacers,
yep,
he was also a scoring threat, right? He got drafted with the Bulls. And my favorite Artest story was that when he was a Chicago Bull as a rookie, he tried to get a job at Circuit City because he wanted the employee discount. Oh, man. And listen, guys, like, for as much as I love the Muhammad Ali's and the Bill Russells, like, this is sports. I don't need everybody out there to be a rocket scientist, a brain surgeon, a chemist. Like, some guys, I just want to be on the verge of off their rocker, and thank God for professional sports, because otherwise we wouldn't want this guy in society. I love dudes like that who have found their calling, who know what they're good at. And, if Dylan Brooks is willing, and let's not forget, Dylan Brooks was Pac-12 Player of the Year, and you don't get an award like that without having some offensive game. And one more thing, I think average fans lose sight of the reality that every single guy in the NBA is the greatest shooter you've ever seen in your life. Sure. Like, every last one of those dudes, I don't care who it is, on the end of whoever's bench, shooting whatever percentage, if that guy works at your company and then shows up at the office picnic, he's winning the three-point shooting contest. That's how good these dudes are. Yeah. And to see Dylan Brooks, like, have enough oomph to say, hey, yo, you guys have been overlooking what I can do with the ball in my hands all this time. I love it. Now, let me say this. Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, Devin Booker. I don't know if there's enough shots to go around playing the way they're playing right now. That will be something they'll have to figure out eventually. But as long as Jalen Green is out with the bum hamstring, we don't have to figure it out. And Devin Booker can't take every shot. As much as I'd like for Devin Booker to literally take every single shot, he can't do that. And so I think that Dylan being willing to step up offensively and still keep his energy up on the defensive end and encourage his teammates to keep it up on the defensive end. And then you got a guy like Devin Booker who, the dude's nuts. Like, all Devin Booker wants to do is win. Like, I don't know how he doesn't keep in a mouth guard constantly to keep him from grinding his teeth, because all he wants to do is win. Yeah. If those two guys are your lead guys, man, that's a really great place to start.
Greg Moore's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. It is the Suns at Portland tonight. I'll give you one other guy, and then I want to get into tonight's game. That's Grayson Allen. The guy was always a baller. He was a baller at Duke. He was a baller in Milwaukee. And then he kind of got lost. And when he got to the Suns, they relegated him to like a standstill shooter in the corner. Now everything has changed, and he looks like the Grayson Allen that we remember. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think we've seen Grayson with the ball in his hands a lot. He's shooting the three ball at just as high of a percentage as he always has. The offense is such that they're not asking him to bring it down, take a bunch of dribbles and then shoot the ball without passing. But when they put him in a motion offense, he's great at that. He can score off the dribble if he needs to do that. And, Grayson, he's another one of those guys. Like, he was always on the verge of throwing hands, too. And when he got here, I was like, well, I guess if he's healthy and happy in life, I'm happy for him. But it's like, where's that guy who was willing to mix it up a little bit?
Yep.
All that said, he really seems to be a stabilizing force, somebody you absolutely can count on. He's shooting like 40% from three, maybe like 44% from three, something like that. And look, man, in today's NBA, the more guys you have who can create space by consistently knocking down three-point shots. I mean, what did he hit the other night? 10?
Yes.
This is crazy. Yeah. Yep. You've got to love that, right? Like, you've got to love that.
Greg, I appreciate you don't miss a beat watching the games and watching everybody. And as an ex-quarterback, I mean, we look at everything. I go to games. I'm watching the sideline. I'm watching the players. I'm watching body language. And I'm watching Devin Booker this year. The dude is smiling, Greg. He's happy. He's talking smack. It's like what you just talked about. Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green. It's like some of that pressure is relieved. And it's like, whether I get mine or not, we're winning. Am I misinterpreting what I'm seeing? Because my eyes are telling me, damn, the boy is happy.
No, I think you're right. Listen, let me make you laugh real quick before I answer the question. So I played wide receiver at a Division II college, and I was the worst player in the country, right? I was just bad. I was slow. I couldn't catch. But my school, our athletic department, our football team was severely underfunded. And so because of this, our head coach, our offensive coach, our quarterbacks coach, and our wide receivers coach were all the same guy. So the benefit for me was that I learned how to watch the game from multiple perspectives, including the perspective of a quarterback. So I know exactly what you're saying about how you have to see the whole thing kind of at a blink. And you're right. Devin gives me the energy of, I've got a crew with me who's just as willing to go as I am. And, man, if that doesn't feel good, I don't know what does. I grew up watching Westerns, and the best posse movies is when the leader of the posse and all the guys with him are all equally crazy in their own way. And it really feels like the Suns are building toward that. Guys, it's super early. It's super duper early. We're like, an eighth of the way through the season, right?
Yeah.
Like we've got so much basketball yet to play. But I'm watching, right? I see guys diving on the floor. I see guys high-fiving each other. I'm with you. Devin is chuckling and grinning. And when Devin wants to get in somebody's face, he knows he's got people who have his back. And the next thing you know, they'll add a piece. They'll get a guy. Maybe Malawat comes back up from the G League and he really looks like something. But what if the Suns are ahead of schedule on their culture change, on their rebuild? What if at the All-Star break, we're like, yo, the Suns are actually in contention? What if we're looking at this, the NBA Cup, the Emirates Cup, and the Suns are like going deep into the pool? Like, this could be a thing. I don't know if it is yet. It's so early, but I just like what I'm seeing, especially in the context of the last couple of years where everybody just seemed like they were asleep.
Okay, then take me to tonight's game in Portland against the Blazers, a team that has toiled for the last few years, but now Donovan Clingan, the 7'2" center, has come into his own. They have some solid players, and they are a winning basketball team. What do you see tonight?
Yeah, so what I like about Portland, right, is that I've never heard of any of these guys, and they're winning games.
Yeah.
I think you've always got to be worried about a team like that kind of comes in from out of nowhere, right? They had the turmoil early in the year, and I will bet you that nobody saw that coming. Like, I'm not a gambling man, but, it seems like the Blazers are kind of overcoming that and kind of rallying together to win some basketball games. And when I listen to really smart people, like real people who will actually watch like the Blazers versus the Magic or whatever, I'm not watching that game. I love the NBA, but I'm not watching that game. I know people who do watch that game, and they tell me Portland is way better than we all think. Cool. But how about if the Suns just go out there and whoop them too? I mean, they beat Wembanyama, right? Like, I just want go give them the business, fellas. I just want to see you try.
That's why we love having you on the show, man. Enjoy the game tonight. I know you're going to stay up late to watch it.
Indeed. Well, you know what I like to do, guys, is I'll record it. I've got the DVR, and I've got all these kids, right? Oh, yo, remember how I told you guys last time around? I'm a youth basketball coach. I was coaching 6th, 7th, and 8th graders.
Yeah.
Three of my guys made their high school team, including my two sons, including my son who got cut in 7th and 8th grade. He tried out again, and he made it. On the varsity, on the freshman roster with his twin brother. I'm so proud of all three of those guys. So sometimes they wear me out. So I record the game. I wake up at 4:35 in the morning and I watch whatever I missed. But yeah, I do try to stay up and watch as much as I can.
Isn't it fun when you're herding cats and every once in a while they fall in line? Isn't that fun?
Oh my goodness, man. Oh, and and like I was telling you guys, what I always tried to do was because I couldn't play. Anybody who saw me play when I was a freshman in high school knows that it's nothing but a miracle from the Lord above that my sons are playing high school basketball. What I tried to do was coach them on the intangibles. It takes no talent to be on time. It takes no talent to shake somebody's hand and look them in the eye. It takes no talent to be one of the guys and be a good teammate and clap it up for the fellas who are on the court. It also doesn't take a whole heck of a lot of talent to dive on the floor, to move your feet on defense, to try to win every sprint. And I think that that's the kind of stuff I tried to instill, and to see those guys have some success with it. The season hasn't even started yet, but I'm so proud of my sons and their buddy who've all made their high school teams. And oddly enough, that's the kind of stuff I see the Suns doing. They're diving on the floor. They're high-fiving. Ryan Dunn is trying to dunk everything. They got, 21 feet of guys coming around to just get in the way and try to block shots, and Richards and Williams and Iguodala. Like, it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of energy, and it's translating to a lot of success over the last week or two, right? Last 2 weeks. I just really want to see it keep going. I just want to keep watching to see where it goes.
All right, pal. Hey, look, it's great being a dad. We love having you on the show, man. Thank you, Greg.
Oh, man, fellas, thank you. It's the highlight of my week to talk to y'all. Thank you so much, guys.
There you go. That's Greg Moore, everybody. Arizona Republic. Love having him on the show. Congratulations, by the way, to his sons as well. Hey, we want to remind you quickly about our great giveaway. It is the Cardinals at the Rams. It's January 4th, SoFi Stadium. You get 2 tickets, hotel, and we give you cash to make the trip, either airfare or if you want to drive. Plus, runner-up Twin Peaks tailgate party for the big game in February at any of the Twin Peaks. All you have to do is scan the score code at Twin Peaks. That's all you have to do. Or just text Peaks to 59925. It's Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, and you get more details at rockamanuch.com. When we come back, some football at 50 and on this day.